Hi everyone, my name's Anna Griffin. Welcome to Card Making Project 526. Now in this project we're going to make a gorgeous rocker card using our Anna Griffin supplies. And now you're all sat back thinking, oh, what's a rocker card? I know what a wobble card is, but I don't know what a rocker card is. Maybe you don't know what a wobble card is. This is a rocker card. And I'm going to put it down on the desk. You're not going to see the bottom of it, so you're going to have to trust me. And when you put it down, it just gently rocks. It will stop at some point. It doesn't rock all the time. But maybe you're in a room, there's a bit of a draft, and it'll set it off just wobbling on the mantelpiece. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And something very different for us to use our supplies with. Now, I know my friends across the pond will all be saying, oh, I can't make that because it's too big. And I don't have envelopes to go with that. So how about making a diddy one? And this one would fit in your 6x6 envelopes. So today I show you how to make the large wobble card, but you could easily adapt it to make the small one. How cute are they? How awesome do they look together? I just think, and I get quite excited at the end of the video, I've got to tell you, because they do look really good. Everything I use to make the rocker cards will be in a detailed list on my blog, so please be sure to check it out. I always put extra photos on there, and there's the links and the item numbers for everything as well. It's a great place just to spend a little bit of time and see lots of other projects as well. You can always share my projects, you can tell your crafty friends about me, and you know, I love hearing from you. It's one of the best parts about doing this is getting your messages, seeing what you create and hearing how I've given you an idea or you've just thoroughly enjoyed a video. It is so nice. So today, sit back and relax and let's have a look at how to make a rocker card. So for this project, which is a little bit different to make our rocker card, we're going to be using the feather cut and embossed dies from Anna Griffin, and we're going to be using this particular feather here. It's like a plumed feather, very beautiful. We're also going to be using the Say It Anyway stamps for our sentiment, and we're going to be using this particular sentiment here. Wishing you all the best, very useful and very all occasion proof really. And then we're going to be using one of the border trim dies from Anna. And we're going to be using this one. We're going to die cut it at least, I would say, 4 times. Because we're going to make a paper trim with that. And I know you all enjoyed Friday's shaker card, where we did some paper folding. So we're going to do the same again today. Now, to make our rocker card, we're going to use lots of different circles, etc. I'll go through them as we go. But we're going to kind of do the decorative bit first. So I've cut out a circle that's just short of 7 inches wide. And I would say it's roughly about 6.5 inches. And then I've die cut 5 of the border dies. This is all from the Lila scrapbooking collection, the paper. The actual die borders that I've cut out, this is in text weight paper is the border, but the actual circle is cardstock. If you can see, I've trimmed the bottom away. I thought I had one that I hadn't trimmed. So that's its entirety, but I've just trimmed the bottom edge away. And you saw me peel the tape off. And now all I'm going to do is add the border, like we did on Friday, just randomly around the edge of the circle. Just so it picks up that edge. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's for decoration. And it's going to look so cool on our rocker card. So next one starts, take it round, and it's just the edge of it that's giving that little bit of decoration. So the next one, I thought I'll do it all so that you can see how easy it is and how quick you can get a great effect. So I'm just pressing it on at the back as we go and keep turning it and just giving it a little bit of a fold every now and then. And next one, I think this is going to take 5 borders, and then add it, fold it, and just wants that extra little bit there, wouldn't you know it? So we can take that extra one, trim off the bottom bit that we don't need, and you don't have to trim the bottom bit off, and peel the tape and just add this to this section, little bit of a fold, and then I can trim the excess away. There we go. And that is nicely decorated with our edge. Press it down to make it nice and flat, just around the inside of the circle, and there we go. So how quick and easy was that? Now I can put that to one side. So the base for our rocker card is a circle, again from the Lila collection, and this measures just over 7 inches. This is quite a large circle, and you want the largest circle at the bottom. All I've done is fold it in half. I've used my bone folder to make sure I've got a nice sharp score along the edge. On the back of it, I've used my handmade by stamp and added my name. And on the front, you can see the tape. And the tape is just on the inner section of the circle. And that's for when we get to the front of the card. For now, we're just going to make the inside. Now, the inside is just as important as the outside. And this is a really simple insert. I've die cut an ivory circle in ivory paper, and then I've folded it in half, I've inked the edge, and I've used the stamp that we looked at earlier from the Say It Anyway stamp. Wishing you all the best. I have simply got tape on the back, and I'm going to add the insert into the centre of our circle. So you saw I had the tape on the back and then the top, and that's the insert, and you can't get much quicker than that. Now for the front, I can peel the tape away and just pop that to one side because I'm jumping on there. Taking our circle, turn it the other way around. I've cut an identical circle size to the one on the front, again in cardstock. I've covered it with tape. Now I would say you'd want something stronger to cover it than the Xyron. However, the Xyron would work. But I've used double-sided tape. But for anything body thinking about all over adhesive. And then I'm simply going to back that onto the back of the circle. And I'll tell you for why. Because when this stands proud on the circle, I don't want to see, as we would call it in Yorkshire, the gubbins. The workings of how that border was added. I think it just wants covering up. So that's the front of our card, and we can now add it to the folded base. So where the tape is just on the inside of the circle, we can add this to where the tape is. We're going to marry it up to make sure it sits just above the edge of the circle and over the tape, and it's equal at both sides, or as equal as it can be. And that's the base of our card. That's the back of it. So you see how that's covered over, and you can see how that will now open for the inside. I'm not going to show you it rocking yet though. Sorry, it's very hot here today and very dry, so if I drank gin I should be having to take a sip, but unfortunately I don't. Okay, so now we can decorate, and I've taken 3 of the die cut feathers. I've used Anna's gold cardstock for the feathers, and I'm simply just going to add them around the edge of the circle like so. Now I might need a little bit of glue on these. I don't know, no, they're sticking. So I'm just adding them around the edge, half on, half off. And then I've taken what can only be described as the most beautiful flowers from the Lilac collection, and these are the pink roses. I've got 3D foam on the back of them, and I've cut them out from the paper. So I've actually taken the time and trouble with Mr. Snips, the scissors, and I've just cut them out, and they're just so pretty. Now I'm going to snip that little bit off because I don't want it hanging over the edge. So I've left it on. I didn't know where I was going to position it, so it only takes a couple of snips, and move that down a little bit. There we go. And we can just keep adding the flowers there. And then I've got the next layer where I've cut them out, and I've got 3D foam on it. So it's kind of like building the decoupage on the flowers, but it's just they're simply taken from one of the sheets of cardstock, and I've just cut them out, and I've not cut them very carefully because I didn't want to be really precise with them. How pretty are those? Then I've taken a circle of gold cardstock, and I've got flat tape on the back of it, and I can add this to the centre of my card. Probably should have done this first, like so. And then I've taken one of the stickers from, again, the Lilac collection. So these are included. And I'm simply going to add that over the gold layer that we've put in the centre, like that. And then I can finish it off with a little pink bow, and I think maybe at the side there. I think that works, and that is our card finished. And that's when it stands up, it rocks. It really does. And oh, what a great card. A great shape, and I just think that is so cool. Now I know my friends across the pond are all going to be going, oh, but that's too big, we haven't got envelopes to fit that, I don't know what to do, we'd never be able to make that. Well, scale it down so it fits into a 6x6 envelope, because I know you'll have got the Anna Griffin square cards, so use one of the envelopes and then scale it down a little bit. And that's what I've done with that. So it's a matching pair. and I can set them both rocking. How cool! I've been so excited about doing this because they just look so good. And there's no excuse. I want to see your rocker cards. It was quick, it was easy, and it stands out, and it will sit on any mantelpiece. And you could use any of Anna's papers. You could use any of her embellishments. If you've got embellishments left over from any of the card kits, it would work so well. It really would. And look at them together. It's like they're just made for each other. You could make one as a gift tag. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Make it even smaller and as a gift tag. Oh, you could coordinate everything. Oh, it would all be just perfect. I do hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope this has given you ideas. I'm so excitable sometimes. Not going to apologise because that's just me. And I just love something different. And when it looks pretty and it works, yay! And when it doesn't, you would never know because I'll have to make it work. Yay! So it's nice to be able to give you ideas and inspiration for something that's just out of the ordinary. Just kind of like different. Check the blog. There's all the ingredients on there for everything that we've used. I know some of the items this week, especially Friday, are going to be older items. Well, substitute them if you have something newer or if there's something you prefer to use. Just because I've used the Lila collection, you might prefer to use Eleanor, you might prefer to use the Rose collection. It's your creative mind. It's kind of me giving you the idea and you adapting it. Unless you want to do it exactly the same, which is fine. And please don't forget to send me photos because I do love seeing them and I love hearing from you. So check the blog and thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time.